Hey, Scorpio, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your August 2024 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, bottom of the deck here. This is what you're working on. Maybe you don't see it coming in quite yet, but it is bubbling up to the surface. This is money coming in. It's wealth, good investments. Some of you Scorpios may be in sales or finance. You could be going for a promotion or a raise, or it just feels like a lucky break, possibly some sort of windfall coming your way as well. Now, because you have the death and rebirth energy showing up here with the eggs, which represents new beginnings. Some of you may have gone through a loss, or you may have gone through a period of reinventing yourself in some way, shape, or form. Maybe there were endings. Okay, there could have been a job change, a job loss. For some of you, you felt low on cash, maybe even borrowed money. You may have worked with hospice, maybe even a healing energy. A lot of you are healers. You may even be mediums is what I'm picking up on here, Scorpio. You could be reinventing the wheel in some way, shape, or form. So what that means is you're doing things differently. You're not going to go back and repeat because what you did will not work this time around. So you're being guided to reinvent something. Reinvent maybe the way you do business, or it could be going back to school, learning something new. I feel like you're turning that wheel of destiny and you're making some choices that lead to this new beginning here. Some of you are in healthcare. I am getting healthcare, hospice, healer, maybe even insurance. Okay, there's new opportunities and you've been stressing about things. I see that you've been stressing about finances, and we have the King of Fire, King of Wands crossing your path. So a lot of you want more passion, creativity, freedom. You want to be able to grow upon whatever it is you're focusing your energy on. This could be entrepreneurship. This could be leveling up here in the corporate world, maybe even retirement. You want to be able to travel, work remotely. What's showing up in the recent past, please, for Scorpio? Okay, we do see some mental challenges, mental conflict that has held you back, maybe even a lack of confidence. But I feel like you're being guided to not doubt yourself or your abilities or your path. Okay, because there's some new beginnings coming in. Oh, I love that. You have the 10 of Pentacles. There's something new coming in that's going to be long term. It's going to bring in stability is what I'm picking up on. And this could even be a new way of thinking, a new way of approaching things. Okay, it doesn't have to be a brand new job, right? I mean, you could be starting over, but I feel like you're starting from a different perspective, and that can make all the difference. It really can, because that perspective can prompt new emotions, which prompt us to take action in a new way. So what's showing up is there's the action and there's the emotion with the water. So just as I was saying here, there's action towards following your passion, your heart, letting it lead the way. How is Scorpio feeling? What's in Scorpio's energy at this time? We're just getting all your cards out here before we start going a little more in depth. There's the Messenger of Air. So we see the Knight of Swords. There's the mind. So it's almost as if there's a battle between the head and the heart. And you've been trying to talk yourself out of something or into something. Okay, and I feel like that may have been a block. There may have been a blockage there, because what's showing up in your environment is the Page of Wands. There's the opportunity. What's going on in your hopes and fears? And then let's connect to an outcome. What do we have for the outcome? I'm not even going to look at your outcome yet, okay? We're not going to look at it till the very end. But we do have the Skull card. This talks about borrowing money. It could be lower frequencies, lower vibrations, manifesting from a place of fear. But I'm also getting a complete overhaul. So again, reinventing the wheel. That's kind of the energy I'm getting for you. And you could be at this pivotal turning point. I feel like this could be the Wheel of Fortune showing up here for you, or it is some sort of world energy, some sort of cyclical pattern is being completed. You may have felt redundant, or you may have felt like your work was the same thing over and over. And I feel because you've reinvented the wheel in some way, shape, or form, you're actually coming up out of this situation with more wisdom. And this can be more opportunities. You could be saving up more. You could be adding to your nest egg, adding to your retirement, because I do see legacy, long-term goals, and retirement is the potential. And you may even work in, like I said, healthcare, insurance. This can be, as a nurse, a chiropractor. Maybe you have your own Reiki business, or your own, it's like you provide services to others, but I'm feeling that what it is you've reinvented is not doing the same thing day in and day out. So for those of you Scorpios out there who felt a little bit of, again, repetitiveness or redundancy, there's something new about how you're approaching this, so it's not the same boring routine, and you're switching things up. And that could be why you feel like it's a fresh, clean slate, right? Starting over. Now you have the Anchor. This reminds me of the Six of Swords, moving towards, maybe calmer waters, or overcoming some blockages. You may have felt like you were stuck, or some of you were just financially sound. You were, in a routine, but there wasn't a lot of growth, or there wasn't a lot of movement. It's almost as if something had become default, or too routine, or too comfortable, right? And I feel like you're coming to this point in your life where you've reached all that you can, or you've hit a bit of a glass ceiling, and it's time for a fresh start, fresh way of doing things, fresh way of thinking. Maybe it is a new job. For some of you, it could be that you've completed some higher education, or that could be where you are moving. This may even be water related. Some of you, this is travel. You may work in communications or the hospitality industry. Some of you could be going on a cruise, or you could work with boats. Maybe some of you are traveling via boat in August, okay? I also see that there's an opportunity here, and I feel like this has to do with the eggs. There's an opportunity to bring a new sense of stability to your world. I mean, stability comes from within, of course, but I feel like because you are feeling secure with who you are, Scorpio, with your gifts, with your talents, with your skills, I feel like you're attracting some lifelong companionships or partnerships that help you financially. I do see that here. Now, bottom of the deck, you have the coins, the nugget, and the cup. I mean, wow. For those of you who feel like your cup is empty, I mean, get ready, because you're making some changes that are going to start to fill your cup up. And I feel fast as well. This is going to be fast. This is money coming in. It could be good news coming in. This is about investment, Scorpio. Some of you, again, sales, finance, getting a raise. This can be a fresh start. We see fresh start energy showing up, or steady work, building upon your career, taking baby steps. And the baby steps are going to lead to, this cup being filled in no time. And so many times we focus on, having to have that cup completely full. But what if we stopped to give gratitude and to understand and realize how blessed we are every time we contribute to this cup? And that can be, financial contributions, but so often we forget that some of our biggest contributions are when we held that door open for that elderly lady at the gas station, or when we gave that extra large tip to, the waitress because they were doing such a fantastic job. Or it's when you took a little bit of extra time to explain yourself to someone who couldn't quite understand it to the fullest capacity, but your patience showed kindness to this individual. So we forget sometimes that it's through those small acts of kindness that fill our hearts and fill our cups, including our, financial abundance here as well. And I feel like some of you're going to receive compliments, or you could be getting a good review, or there's going to be some sort of connection, collaboration, or partnership that lets you know that you're doing things right, or it allows you to not second guess yourself. So for example, let's say you're giving your own intuitive reading to someone, or tarot reading, or you're doing energy work on them, and you receive some messages. There's going to be confirmation that the messages that you are receiving, or the information that you are dishing out, maybe it's something you've learned in a book, but you're helping someone else. Maybe it's through your patients or through your channelings, whatever it may be, you're going to receive confirmation, Scorpio, that your gifts are needed, that they are wanted and part of your path. So I love this showing up for you. You may not quite see it yet because you're still in the throes of a new beginning, and new beginnings can be scary. So can endings, but there's an excitement factor showing up here for you. Now, for those of you who've come to this reading unemployed, I feel like there are a couple of new opportunities, possibly two even. You know how things kind of come in waves. You may have an opportunity to say yes. Okay. I'm getting six months. Some of you may have been unemployed for 6 months, or maybe the last 6 months you've been reinventing yourself, or even the 6th month. So June could have been significant for you. But I feel good about this. I'm really excited to see your outcome. Now, we have responsibilities. We all do, right? But when the Nine of Swords shows up, you've come to a place where you don't want to be burdened by these anxieties, by these responsibilities any longer. It's almost like you're wanting to simplify things. I'm getting living the simple life, or working smarter, not harder. Some of you, your body hurts. You may feel worn down. You may feel mentally like you've put so much time and energy and effort into whatever it is that you're building. But I also feel like your hard work is paying off, and you're going to get to that point where you're able to rest a bit. So for some of you, if you're able to travel or take some time off in the near future, I feel like this would be very beneficial. I'm also getting massage. So some of you would benefit from getting a good massage, or maybe you yourself are a massage therapist. We have growth here. So there is an opportunity for growth and expansion. This is also legacy energy, and we have the 10 of Pentacles. So I see that there's room for improvement, but not by carrying the weight of these current bricks. It's almost as if you're being guided to let something fully go so you can create space for this new growth to come up in its place. That's what I get here. So if you've hit a glass ceiling, it's time to pick up anchor and go elsewhere, because there could be a lot more abundance behind door number 3 is what I'm getting. And there it is. There's the money tree. This is the 10 of Pentacles type of energy, and that's what we see coming in for you. Now, of course, money doesn't grow on trees, as they say, but actually it does. And money is an energy exchange. And you may be looking at how you view money, right? How does your relationship with money show up in your world? This is about your belief system, right? Is there plenty to what goes around kind of comes around in a way? Do you feel like you are bountiful, grateful, plentiful? Do you feel like you have enough? Do you love what you do? Do you feel like you're being compensated for the work that you're putting out there? Does some of you feel bad for requesting money? Or do you feel like you're not worth what you're asking for? So I do see you re-examining your beliefs And in doing so, it actually helps you bring in more abundance because you realize that you're worthy of so much, right? So much more. And because you are having this realization, you may be interviewing, right? Dressed to impress. You may be turning a new leaf. You could even be wearing new clothes, okay, in some way, shape, or form. So perhaps in your old position, you were dressing a certain way or you had to wear a uniform. There could be a new attire showing up here, new dress attire. Some of you could also be getting new shoes. I see some of you need to replace your shoes, okay, because they could have become, maybe the soles kind of came out of them, or maybe the little heel part broke. I do see someone replacing something with the clothing, or maybe some of you need new undergarments. I mean, take it as it resonates. Okay, what do we have starting off? We have Nine of Swords. This isn't fun. I mean, no one likes to be in mental conflict, but the good news is nines are about completions. So if you've been sitting in a whole ball of anxiety around your career or your finances, the good news is that's coming to an end. That's why you have the Skull card, because Nine of Swords energy can be about obsessions, anxieties, suffering, tossing and turning, losing sleep over a situation. But the nine reminds us that a new day has dawned, right? That this won't last forever. The sun has to come up again. It's just part of the cycle of life. And I feel like there's a new day has dawned here, and you're going to move forward. Six of Fire, Six of Wands. That's your hope. That's in your hope position. And I feel like you will rise up, and there may have even been a fall from grace. Some of you, it's almost as if you felt let down. I'm getting a let down energy. You may have really thought you were going to be in a certain position or place by this time, and maybe the people that you work with let you down, or maybe you feel like you've let yourself down. But I don't want you to sit in that energy, okay? I don't want you to obsess in that energy, because we have the Queen of Fire showing up, crossing your path. When he shows up, this can feel a little bit inflexible. It can feel like this dream of taking charge of your destiny. Remember what I said about reinventing the wheel? Well, who does it but none other than the King of Fire? He is passionate and goal-oriented. He's driven. He's a leader. He's successful. He could be a spiritual influencer. He could be a motivational speaker, someone who's very adventurous and warm, someone who loves to travel and to do what they need to do to be a standing, maybe role model in their community. They could be an entrepreneur. And I feel like this is crossing your path, but there's been anxiety around this, okay? Because it feels like it's far off, or it feels like it hasn't shown up here for you yet. But I want to remind you that the majority of August, we're in Leo season. Leo is fire, King of Fire energy. So I feel like this is a monumental month for you really to reflect. And we have retrogrades happening. I believe Saturn retrograde for the majority of the month. So Saturn is a very, fiery energy as well. And I feel like some of you may even be going through your own Saturn return. Maybe ages, I think, 46 to 49. I mean, look that up, of course, but look at your Saturn return. Some of you, something could be coming back around for you to take another look at, or for you to approach it in a new way. This could be a dream. It could be an idea that you have, a passion project, a goal. It's to reignite that flame within. It's for you to feel inspired instead of feeling anxiety ridden. And that's where you've been maybe recently, is a little more anxiety about, what should I do? When am I going to, move forward? When can I go off on my own? Or when will I feel inspired? And I feel like that has to do with the skull and reinventing the wheel here. What's below you is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is finding balance it can sometimes feel like you're walking on a tightrope, right? And it reminds me, I'm getting the scene in Dirty Dancing where she's carrying a watermelon and, the one guy is holding two watermelons and trying to balance them, but the watermelon's about to fall out. I don't know how he does it without dropping them, but it feels like that's how your life is. You're carrying these heavy watermelons and you're trying to balance them, but you want to get in on the action. You want to get into the scene where everybody's dancing and having a good time, but it feels like it's a struggle getting there. And that's where you've been in the recent past. And you're going to walk through that door and it's going to surprise you because it may not be what you're expecting, right? And I feel like there is something quite juicy, right? Coming out of a situation that may have been unnerving, or it may have felt like a lot of anxiety. It may take you out of your comfort zone, because I keep getting that scene where the doors fly open in Dirty Dancing and she's standing there like, I carried a watermelon, what? And I feel like you've been carrying this watermelon, but once you hand it over, once it gets to the destination and you're like, I'm dropping this responsibility, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, I'm going to do something that I haven't done. And she actually finds out she has a little bit of fun. And then her heart gets involved more and more. So I feel like in the recent past, there has been a lot of, limitations. Maybe you weren't quite sure how to step out of this zone that you were in with the Eight of Swords. This can be feeling trapped, feeling restricted, feeling like you were, carrying so much on your plate that you didn't have room to invite in anything else. And that's what's changing here, because what's coming in above you is the Ten of Pentacles. This is most people's dream. This is reaching that point in your life where maybe you're able to retire, or you're able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Maybe you have the car, the home, the vacationing, the family, the legacy. You have something that's solid, something that you're able to relax and enjoy the fruits of your labor. I don't see it showing up quite yet, although some of you've dipped into it, you've had a taste of it, but this is a dream of yours, and I feel like it's right above you here. So trust that this is within your reach, Scorpio. Now, in the near future, we do have the Messenger of Water. This is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups reminds you to keep your heart open, okay? Follow your heart. This is about opening up to all things that are intuitive and passionate, right? The emotional center. You can see that she's facing the seahorse eye to eye. So it's as if your intuition is right here in front of you, because seahorses also are very intuitive. They do represent listening, right? So I feel like you're faced with something that your intuition is saying, hey, you can't run from me. I'm right in front of you, and it's time to listen up. And I feel like that's where you're going here in the near future. How are you feeling? Well, your mind is trying to talk you out of something, okay? We have the Knight of Swords. You're rational, right? You're rational, even though you are the element of water, Scorpio. You may have some strong air placements in your chart, but we do see the 8 and the 9. So there has been something you've been obsessing about, worrying about. The mind has been dictating the path moving forward, but I see you finding the balance between the head and the heart. This could even be the Lovers that we see showing up in your outcome. But the Messenger of Fire here, Knight of Swords, is someone who rushes towards what he believes is important. And I feel like you are wanting to move towards what you believe is important, but sometimes that mind comes in and says, whoa, rein it in, Scorpio. Do you really have what that takes, right? Can you do this? Can you profit? Should you make that move? It tends to try to keep us held back to protect us, right? The mind, it says, don't go there. There could be a disaster, or don't really move forward because what if you lose it all? And so the mind tries to, protect us. But what you don't always realize is the intuition knows, and you are divinely protected. It's like your soul has wings and you're ready here to take flight. And that's what Spirit wants to remind you. Now, of course, use your logic, find that balance, because what's going on in your external environment is the message, the communication. This is the Page of Fire, Page of Wands. This is about curiosity. It is about eagerness and passion and enthusiasm. I'm getting here a healthy ego, right? Staying open to your confidence, being confident that you can learn what you need to learn to move forward. Maybe even taking some new classes. This can be a project or a course of study, or you could hear about your career. I do feel like there's good news coming in here. This is good messages, good communication. This is a soul yes. And that's what I'm feeling for you. There's a big yes written all over this. And even though you may have some fear about this, I feel like it's time to push through it. Now, what's going on in your hopes and in your fear position? You do have the Six of Wands. This is success. This is communal recognition. It is other people noticing you. This can also be the card of fame, okay, being in the spotlight. It can be victory, achievement, public ceremonies, because some of you felt bypassed or you felt overlooked, or you may have even held yourself back in fear of criticism, shame, or judgment. And with this Six of Fire, you see the hot air balloon. Some of you, Scorpio, hot air balloon could be significant. You may see hot air balloons in the sky. I mean, I haven't seen one in quite some time, but you may be taking a tour in a hot air balloon, or that is a message here of rising above, being able to see things from, a greater viewpoint, a new perspective, or even a holistic point of view. And this is also spiritual insight, right? Wands represent inspiration and fire and passion and spirit. So a lot of you are channelers of messages here, or channelers of, inspiration. You have these great ideas and other people want to partake in on the energy that you're putting out there. And you're realizing that you didn't get here alone, right? You didn't get here alone. All right, let's dive into your final outcome. What's the final outcome here for Scorpio? We have the Four of Cups. It is in the reverse position, which represents a balance of emotions and new opportunities coming your way. So if you felt frustrated, or if you felt bored, maybe even uninspired or impatient, this is you reaching out. This is you moving towards freedom. Like I said earlier, I feel like there is freedom coming out of this old story, because the Eight of Swords can keep you in that old story. And when you have the Four of Cups showing up, fours are about balance. Water is emotion. You are emotion. So if you felt unstable within your emotions, or you lost that inspiration or passion for your projects, your creativity, or just life in general, there's vitality here. There's new opportunities opening up. And that's why you have that Nine of Swords saying, we have to work on this new story. You've come as far as you can, and now we're opening up to something new. We're going to clarify. We're going to pull a clarifying card for the Four of Cups, because sometimes that Four of Cups can be, frustration that things aren't moving as fast. But we see two movers. We see the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords. But I feel what this message is bringing in is telling you, you have an opportunity here for you to take a new path, a new direction. That's why that hot air balloon is here. But let's clarify. Spirit, can we clarify the Four of Cups showing up for Scorpio? Two of Swords says, don't overthink a choice. Okay, don't overthink, because again, we have the mind, which can restrict us. And what else do we have? What's this choice all about here? Or what can Scorpio do to move forward? And there's the Lovers. Good. I'm glad we're seeing one of the cards that I was seeing in my mind's eye, because I feel like you are making a euphoric choice. I mean, we have two choice cards here. We have two choice cards around endings and beginnings. So try not to overthink it. The answer is the heart. You know, the answer is balance, of course. I mean, the Lovers can be a choice card, but it's a balance between the head and the heart, which we see with the Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords. And if you are talking yourself out of it and the mind is taking over, you may not take action, right? And if the emotional center, if you're too emotional, you can make a decision that you regret, and we don't want that. So that's why there's this balancing act. That's why you have the Four of Cups as your outcome. That's actually a really great card to have as an outcome, because you're balancing your emotions. You're getting to that place of, okay, the head is here, the heart is here, we're combining, we're going to make a choice that feels balanced. And that's what the Lovers is all about when it comes to career. So beautiful confirmation. Thank you so much, Spirit. Let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. I just heard teacher. So some of you are teachers of some sort, maybe in the traditional sense. Some of you could teach spiritual classes, seminars, or maybe you are deciding to go back to school. Teacher, I heard. I'm also getting someone working with glass. I don't know if this is like blown glass or fired glass. Maybe you collect glass pieces like ocean glass, something with glass, okay? Or maybe you collect crystal. That's a type of glass. I'm just getting glass showing up. We have Between Worlds. Oh, I love this one. The flamingo is all about balance, right? Typically when we see a flamingo, they stand on one foot. And I feel like that's where you're at here, is you are between worlds, but look at where this flamingo is coming out of. Some sort of dark and maybe a moon type of shadow energy, and stepping into the light here. And it's as if something is being illuminated, but you had to go through the storm to see the rainbow, is kind of the energy I'm getting. And then we also have exchanging gifts. I mean, this is beautiful. It's card 2727. Which equals 9, and that's your starting card, 9 of Swords. So can you find the gift or the silver lining in this situation? There's also unnecessary stress is what I'm hearing, or unnecessary worry, because every little thing is going to be all right. Okay, let's take a look. Card 3 is the Empress. So there's abundance here. This is about transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another. This is temporary blindness. That may be that Two of Swords, decisions and choices needing to be made, because you can see that she's wearing a blindfold. So you may feel like you are walking in no man's land at this time. But it says in your work, sometimes you have to try things that have worked for others, or sometimes you do try things that have worked for others, hoping that you too will be successful. But when this symbol appears, it reminds you that sometimes the path to your prosperity is a gamble. Win or lose, you can learn much from what comes of your wager. It's a good time to bet on your skills and talent in new and different arenas. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here for you, is it's time to think of new. That's why your advice here is that page energy of curiosity and, opening up to discovery. It's time to take that risk. Bet on your skills and talents in a new and different arena. Remain curious, and with the right combination of timing and luck, remember, you're inventing the wheel. That is that wheel of fortune, luck and timing. And this is about you stumbling upon something golden. Didn't we have the gold coins showing up in the nuggets, right? There's your gold nugget. And it also is gifts. You're activating your gifts as well. This will be something golden, unlike anything you've ever known before. Beautiful. But be mindful of expectations, okay? Because expectations can really bring about disappointments. So let go and see what Spirit has in store. What takes hold in your life will be better than you ever imagined. And that's where we go to the 27 energy. Some of you, the 27th of August could be significant. This is the law of giving and receiving. This is about currency, trade-offs, weighing costs, and determining value. And when it shows up in your work, so I am getting towards possibly more towards Virgo season or the end of August. It says all your hard work and efforts, your commitment to learning, creating, and spending your time wisely pay off in ways that you may not have been anticipating. The gifts of yourself, your time, your ideas, and the energy of your intentions are being reciprocated by the universe, which is sending you signs and signals, aligning synchronistic meetings and opportunities to bring you success. That's your outcome, right? New opportunities. Everything is an exchange. And we talked about the money exchange, right? Currency exchange. And that's what this represents as well. Between worlds, it says, and on this exchanging gifts, it talks about currency. Everything is an exchange. Keep doing what you're doing. Goodwill comes back tenfold. Goodwill comes back tenfold, because when you get the Lovers, I feel like you're manifesting these opportunities based on the heart. When we are letting love lead the way, when we're manifesting from a place of love versus fear, I mean, miracles happen. Goodwill comes back. And that's where I see you're manifesting this opportunity, where in the past, there could have been opportunities that were denied or passed or perhaps fear-based, and they were short-lived. This is something different beyond your, wildest imagination is what I feel. Like I said, that flamingo, what's he walking towards? The light. Powerful. Let's get some messages from your spirit animals, Scorpio. So at this time, I just ask if you can, please close your eyes. Take a nice big breath from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Hold it for as long as you can and release with a nice big sigh out of your mouth. Nice big sigh, let it all out. And with your eyes still closed, please tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. Maybe they swim deep in the sea. Perhaps your animal is wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. This could be a pet that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, one that you currently have at your home, or maybe this animal has crossed your path recently in the great outdoors. There is no right or wrong answer, Scorpio. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animal, or if you have more than one, drop them in the comment section below the video, and I will enter you personally into the free reading giveaway. So please make sure you've hit that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss that notification in the future. All right. I have to tell you, when my eyes were closed there, because I do the meditation with you as well, I seen a hippopotamus, okay? And I kept hearing, all I want for Christmas is a hippopotamus. I mean, is that a movie or is that a song? Or, I mean, maybe that resonates with someone. Maybe someone was seeing a hippo. I don't know. I don't think there's a hippo in this deck. But, I mean, hippos fart through their mouths. Did you know that? I mean, I learned that from Ghosts in the Darkness. Maybe it's true. Google it. Look it up. Okay, so we have ant spirit showing up. Maybe there's something about humor coming into your energy. If things have felt very uptight or very anxiety ridden, you could benefit from going to watch comedy or lightening up a little bit or adding more fun to your world. Okay, so maybe that hippo joke was supposed to, hopefully you got a little chuckle from that. Now, ant spirit, time to collaborate. This is card 1, new beginnings. Collaborations here. This is a gift, and I feel like there's new energies coming in to help you put these pieces together. So knowing that you don't have to do this alone. There are new collaborations, connections, and networking available for you to help you grow, thrive, and expand is what I'm getting here. I'm also hearing the name Carmen or Carmina. Take that as it resonates. Carmen or Carmina. Maybe it's a place. It could be a name, a street. Next, we have Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. Yes, absolutely. Allow yourself to open up and to not let the mind dictate every single thing. I mean, we can have brilliant ideas, of course. We can really allow ourselves to think up some juicy things, but we can also let fear settle in, and we don't want to let fear settle in. So let Spirit be your guide. Some of you may be born on the 1st. You may be 36 years old. Maybe you're born on the 31st, or 32 could be significant. We have Groundhog Spirit. Time to let go. Time to let go. Groundhog reminds you of letting go of maybe expectations, as we mentioned. This could be letting go of the outcome. This can be letting go of limitations, letting go of fears. So take that as it resonates. Some of you, it could even be a job or a position. And lastly, we have koi fish. I love when the koi fish show up because it says there's always enough. We get stuck in this lack mentality sometimes, and we think that there's not enough. There's so much scarcity. There's so much, but really we are abundant. Planet Earth is so very abundant. And this does talk about longevity. Koi fish represent prosperity, longevity, and financial abundance. So some of you, you may even be walking near, or you will in the coming weeks, or maybe this is something that's happened, a koi fish pond, right? Or you may see a koi fish on a design or a logo. Some of you, you may incorporate koi fish into something, is what I'm getting, or you're going to see symbolism of abundance and prosperity. And that's what I feel the koi fish is reminding you. Okay. I'm also getting I Ching. Some of you, that's something, I've heard of and maybe even partook in a long time ago. I Ching, it's I think the little coins. Now some of you may dive into that, or there could be spiritual practices that you hear of, or maybe you're looking on YouTube, and aside from just tarot readings, I think I've seen teacup readings, but maybe someone does I Ching on YouTube. I'm not quite sure. Take that as it resonates. All right, Scorpio, last but not least, let's get a message here. Thank you so much, Angela Rose, for gifting me with your beautiful Oracle deck. For those of you interested in any of the decks in your readings, always, you can find them in the description box below the videos. All right, we have Mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Okay, mirror. Everyone is a reflection of what you believe about yourself. What you see in another is also within you. This is a call to deepen the connection within. Remember what I said about retrograde season coming in strong? This can be a really good time to reflect. Where are you at in your life? Where do you want to be? Why are you not there? And, what belief system do you need to shift, integrate, phase out, or change in order to get to where you want to be? We have guidance showing up. Beautiful angel wings. You are constantly being guided. You have a team of support that is guiding, loving, and protecting you. Look for the signs they're giving. Talk to them. They're listening. They're listening, Scorpio. You have a team of not just your ancestors and your loved ones, but your angels as well. They're listening. And then lastly, we have Soul Cup. We see the cup right here. We talked about the cup underneath the energies. It says, ask, what is the next best loving thing you need in this moment? Take one step towards what feels soulful to you. When you fill yourself with your own love, it pours into everything else that you love. Yeah, beautiful. And that's what we see you doing, is filling your cup and choosing, right, to do so. with that lover's energy. Beautiful. Scorpio, I hope this resonates for you. Thank you, Spirit. Nathaniel? I feel like this could be a name in a different language. Okay, I almost feel like it's a mix between Nathaniel, but I'm getting a feminine energy with it as well. It's almost like a N-A-T, and then there could be a little rivet or a little something in between. And then, yeah, I'm not quite sure. Take that as it resonates. Thank you so much for tuning in, Scorpio. If this was helpful, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And of course, do drop your power animals in the comment section below the video. Thank you so much for being here. Lots of love.